Welcome to week 7 of the NFL. This is my picks. So let's fucking skip these introductions and let's go straight to business, because if you don't know who I am and what are we about to do by now, my friends, you are in the wrong fucking channel. Last week I went 11-3 and I'm actually very pissed off because the ref fucking ripped me off on my Monday game. I was perfect on Monday game. Um, my friend, one of my friends told me that I should do all my picks with 3 words. Just say 3 keywords so the fucking make a short video. But it's kind of hard because Kansas City, Denver. My first 3 words I can come up with is say Kansas City. Well, Kansas City is already 2 words right there. Shit, fuck, I'm old. KC owns West. Owns the West. Nah, man, it's too fucking complicated, man. That's the main reason why I'm going with Kansas City. I think Denver is gonna feel a little good, but about their victory about last week against Tennessee. But Kansas City owns the West. Just plain simple. Kansas City is gonna think they're gonna get their shit together now with this game, winning again and everything. But man, after this, they got a couple of hard games. They got the Packers and the Vikings. I mean, I don't know. I'm actually started worrying about Kansas City, though. I'm actually started to worry about Kansas City. But let's just go one game at a time. I think they take care of business on this Thursday in a short week. LA and Atlanta. I mean, yeah, LA and Atlanta. The same thing with the LA, the Rams. You know, everybody was expecting these two teams to be either in the Super Bowl or right there in the Super Bowl this year, or right there in the championship game this year. You know, LA, they dropped the last 3 games, and they got a couple of easy games. They got the Bengals, they got the Steelers, but after that, they got the Bears and the Ravens, which, you know, the Ravens have a little holes in the defense, but don't forget though, you also have the division games, you know, and they in the 12th division. They got to play San Francisco, they got to play Seattle, and they got to play Arizona, which Arizona is getting the shit together little by little. They might be a little spoilers and get one of them games. So I don't see 3 teams going out of this division into the playoffs. I think only 2 are gonna go. And right now, I got Seahawks and San Francisco going for that division. Um, it's so many good teams playing good in the NFC. It's always good about this year. Where like I don't see the Rams getting a playoff spot right now. Right now, the Rams, in my opinion, the Rams are looking. I'm looking out. I'm looking from the outside, trying to get into the playoffs. Um, they'll win against Atlanta just because Atlanta has way too many problems, and they got a couple more easy victories after this. But I don't know. I'm worried about the Rams. That stupid trade they did yesterday, you know, I didn't want to do a video about Ramsey because I can't stand the man. And I know my boy Benito is going to be like, it doesn't matter what you think about Ramsey, it's what the people want to hear. I really don't care. That was a stupid move to me. They got rid of 2 good players, and Peters and Talib. Akib Talib went to IR. So out of 2 guys that they lost, now you got a guy Ramsey who's supposed to be a Pro Bowler but hasn't played all fucking year. So I hope he fucking pulls a hamstring and he be out for a few more weeks, and the Rams gonna fucking wish they never made that fucking trade. Miami and Buffalo. Buffalo is way too much for Miami. Way too much. Buffalo's a very good team. It's top 10 in my opinion right now. Playing good defense. Uh, Plus they were off last week, so they had time to prepare, and they are home. And it starts getting cold over there too now. Miami got to travel over there to the cold? No way. Gardner Minshew and his mustache. That's all I gotta say. Is that 3 words? Jacksonville, I love the way they got things going, and now without Ramsey, they can start looking into their future. They got 2 round picks next year. They got 2 more round picks the following year. Jacksonville is just gonna keep getting better. If they can build against Gardner Minshew, I think Gardner Minshew is the future. Nick Foles is not gonna be the future. You know, Nick Foles is too expensive for them, and Nick Foles hasn't proved anything. Nick Foles is the quarterback that can play in just one fucking system, Philadelphia system. After that, Gardner Minshew is the future, so just build around him, and you guys should be okay to move on. Whew, to me, this is gonna be the game of the week right here, or one of the games of the week. Minnesota and Detroit. Detroit gotta be real pissed off about what happened Monday night, and Minnesota is favored by 1.5 right now. 1.5. That tells you what kind of game it's gonna be. It's gonna be super fucking close. They're playing at Detroit, and Minnesota looks like they got their stuff together. Like I said, Detroit is gonna be super pissed off. Detroit's a good team that is giving a hell of a hard time to everybody they play. I want to go with Detroit. I really do. I feel like they were, like I said, they're super pissed off about what happened Monday night. But I'm going to go with Minnesota actually on this one. Even though they play at Detroit, Minnesota show me, my boy Kirk Cousins showed me that they got their stuff together with their wide receivers. They're going to start throwing the ball. They're going to get a play action going with a great running game. I think Minnesota can beat Detroit. Detroit is going to give him a hard time. It's going to be a great game. Great game. And it can go both ways, either way. So, like I say, hey, you don't have to do what I do. Just go with your instincts. Go with how you feel them. Oakland and Green Bay. Let me say something right here. Fuck Green Bay. I'm still gonna go with Green Bay. It's hard to pick at home. It's hard to pick against Oakland, and I'm sure they're also gonna be motivated. They're tired of hearing that they should have lost that game. I'm sure they're gonna come up and play good against Oakland. So that's an easy win for Green Bay, in my opinion. But that's once again, that's why we play the games any given Sunday, right? What we got? Houston and Indianapolis. That's a big game. AFC South division game. This is the game where you're gonna fucking tell the other team whose division is. This division is between these two guys, Houston and Indianapolis. These two teams. Indy's coming from bye week, and after winning against KC, you want to think they're feeling good. Houston is hot though. Now Houston is hot, and they've been playing good now. So if Indianapolis can do the same thing like they did against Kansas City, and just be physical and take and control the line of scrimmage, they got pretty good chances to win. But once again, Houston is hot right now. I want to pick Indianapolis so bad, but I'm gonna have to go with Houston. I think they got a better coach, better quarterback. Although I like my boy Jacoby Brissett, he coming from New England, but just Houston is playing good ball right now, man. It's hard to pick against them. You know, it's really hard. Even though they are away. Arizona and the Giants. I like Arizona. I've been saying this. Kyler Murray is number 9 in passing right now. Number 9. That little man has been slinging the ball. Gunslinger. Just throwing down the field, man. You know, if they could just get David Johnson running the ball and just make a couple of stops on defense, they got pretty good chances to win against just anybody. But New York is gonna be at home, and after the loss against the Patriots, they had an extra time. They had 11 days to prepare for this game. They are home, and Daniel Jones is gonna take care of business again. Show him that he is the future for the Giants, the New York Football Giants. San Francisco at Washington. Really that much to say about this. This should be an easy ride at the state capitol. My boy Jimmy and that defense is for real, man. Chargers at Tennessee. LA and Tennessee. The Chargers got to just get Melvin Gordon going though. If they can get that running game though. It's gonna open the play action. And to be honest, Tennessee is the same thing though. If they can get Derrick Henry, whoever gets the running game going, it's gonna win this game. Tennessee just announced today that they're gonna go with Ryan Tannehill. I don't think Ryan Tannehill is the answer. Mariota had only 2 fucking interceptions the whole year. They had 0 before last game, and they had 2 last game. I just can't believe they're gonna bench him and already talking about moving on from him. I think they have bigger problems than Mariota. Mariota is not that problem to me, in my opinion. And maybe Mariota is not Mike Vrabel's quarterback. Maybe Mike Vrabel wants to bring his own quarterback and start fresh. And I don't blame him. If I'm a coach and I go to a team, I want to play with a guy that I trust and that a guy that I pick, not that guy that they left me there. So I'm going with Tennessee just because they're at home. But man, this is tough, man. This week's it's getting tough. I didn't think they're gonna be this tough. I looked at the paper earlier and I could have swear I got all my picks, but now I'm like seeing like, oh my god, what the hell is going on? New Orleans at Chicago. Hug. Teddy Two Gloves hasn't lost a game since he took over for Drew Brees. Teddy Two Gloves is playing just enough good football to win games. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, man. I'm not hating on New Orleans. I'm not hating on nobody. I'm just saying, though. Chicago's in the 3rd place in the division. And if they're going to make a run, this is the time to start getting hot. I don't know if who's going to be the quarterback, to be honest. But I think New Orleans, we know New Orleans plays a little different when they're not at home. So I think out of these two defenses, they're both great defenses. I think Chicago gets the best out of Teddy Two Gloves being at home, and they'll drop one. New Orleans is gonna drop one. Just one. One is not gonna hurt you, man. You're still in first place of that division. Carolina started getting some. Carolina is off this week, so it don't really matter if you drop a game though. Baltimore and Seattle. Now, Baltimore can give Seattle a hard time, but Russell Wilson is having a great year. An MVP type of season already talking about. People already talking about he can be the MVP of this season. The spread is right now 3.5 points for Seattle at home. And I like that spread. I actually will take that spread and I will cover Seattle plus 3.5. Oh, actually, minus 3.5 because they're favorite. Yeah, man. I got to tighten up in my 4 o'clock games, though. Last year, I was doing so good in the late games. This year, I've been, like, not this year, but the last couple of weeks, man, I dropped almost every single 4 o'clock game. So I hope that was not the case this season because picking all the home teams. Going with the easy. I'm going to Sunday night game, Philly and Dallas. Another big game. A division game, just like the Minnesota and Detroit. Wow. They got a lot of good games, though. This one is going to be a good one, too. Philadelphia has a little holes in that defense, and they're showing the holes. On offense, they're a little banged up. The receivers were a little banged up, but they started coming back. Deshaun Jackson is supposed to come back. Alshon Jeffrey, he came back last week, and they started getting their stuff together. But Dallas is playing better, in my opinion. Dallas is playing good. Just like Deshaun Watson from Houston, I feel like those two quarterbacks play very similar football. They're getting their teams on their backs, and they actually both teams in the state of Texas, they're getting hot at the right moment. That defense, Dallas defense is good. I think, in my opinion, right now they're playing better than Philadelphia, so that's the main reason why I'm picking Dallas. New England at the Jets. I could have swear we played the Jets at New York already, but I guess not. I guess we were at home. Um, Once again, I'm a real pissed off. Fucking refs robbed that game from me. Not only from Detroit, they robbed me from last week. I was undefeated on Monday nights. The spread right now it's 10 points for New England. I'm not taking the spread of 10 points. I think that's ridiculous. I think it could be a close game. Uh, we're getting healthy, and I never pick against my team, man. Come on now, Pats Nation, stand the fuck up. I I want to say we're going with 42 points right here for the tiebreaker, and I want to say New England start getting some players healthy this week. Um, this couple next weeks, and we start making a big push into the playoffs. We got a bye week in a couple of weeks, so that's gonna help us get more healthy. This is week 7. The year is just flying, and we almost halfway through the season. So if you haven't made no money, now's your time, boy. Make some money. Go eat. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy Say and AMF. I'm out.